Peace and love, peace, prosperity, and happiness to the family. This is Creative Knowledge TV, where I love to create knowledge, debate knowledge, and show a reverent appreciation for all knowledge. It's the brother Jalahi checking in with the family today. We have something very powerful. I am very excited for this topic, so let's get it started. I want to thank you all for tuning in and showing the support. It is the driving force to me sharing this knowledge. Keep sharing and spreading the word, family. Today's creative knowledge topic is embracing the dark side, balancing the light body and the shadow self. Embracing the dark side, balancing the light body and shadow self. Naturally, when people hear dark side or shadows, they associate those terms with spookism or fear tactics, things of that nature. I have came up with a way to use our shadow self to conquer our wildest desires and fears. I have tested and used these methods I speak of, and I would like for the family to try them as well. Everything in this universe has a duality that connects us and that makes one, or that makes one creation or one creator. Okay, family? Shadows prove that we are multi-dimensional beings. We have to be in balance with both sides of our self. Our conscious mind and subconscious. Our light body and shadow self. Our masculine side and our feminine side. Everything has a light side and a shadow self. Pick a rose from a garden. Rose may be the most beautiful flower you have seen. It may bring you happiness. It may be utilized to heal you. But a thorn on that rose can be, detrimental. It can kill you. It can poke you. It can poison you. But it's such a beautiful flower. Same goes for water. Water is what sustains us. Water is what sustains life here on this earth plane. But too much of it can also kill you. In today's society, we are letting the oppressors desecrate one side of our true self, which causes us to repress certain characteristics, feelings, thoughts, and desires. Now, ponder very deeply on this. What are shadows? What are shadows? See, the other day, under the lunar eclipse, I was walking, and I stood under one of the street lights around my house, and I seen my shadow. I seen about 2, maybe 3 of them. And I just ruminated deeply, like, what are shadows? Why is this shadow constantly following me? What is it made up out of? Why do I see it in certain lights? Why don't I see it in certain lights? Okay, these are questions we have to ask. We have to be balanced and marry our conscious and subconscious minds together for the complete experience of life. One must not create obstruction for our shadow self to flow through us at all times. Due to our psychological defense mechanisms, we choose to ignore our unknown and infinite or uncomfortable self. We continue on accumulating these dark desires, motivations, and fears, and this can be very dangerous. Shadow selves that have accumulated for so long, they have erupted and overpowered the person through depression or an unconscious accident that ended up manifesting their inner monsters. This can lead to physical, emotional, psychological, and interpersonal consequences that can last for a very long time, family. If you let your shadow self accumulate for so long, it can overpower the person through depression and an unconscious accident that can end up manifesting your inner monster, family. Okay? Now, monsters dealing with the etymology, is only it derives from moon stars. At night, we are all our star self, which is when we tap into our fears and our dark side or our shadow self and express who we creatively are. They started associating monsters with hatred. Okay? They started associating monsters with hatred, which made us not want to be monsters or moon stars anymore. This was evident of the fake moon landing, where they basically were desecrating the feminine energy and saying how the feminine energy should be repressed in today's society. So let's talk about repression of the shadow self. It's understandable that our civilizing process requires us to repress aspects of ourselves that do not fit in with the structured idea of our society. We are born whole and complete. Okay? We are born whole and complete. We are born pure, like blank canvases. But slowly, we learn to live fraction lives, accepting some parts of our nature, but rejecting and ignoring other parts. Again, our parents being our first teachers, they teach us right from wrong, good from evil, light from dark. Okay? They are the driving force that puts limits on the child when we are born pure and infinite. Okay? So, the repression of our negative traits or emotions in society is one of the biggest barriers in any person's journey towards self-love and living authentically. How can you completely and wholeheartedly accept who you are if there are sides of yourself that you're too afraid to explore, family? How can you completely and wholeheartedly accept who you are if there are sides of yourself that you are too afraid to explore? The light energies, we have to understand the light energies and the dark side, okay? I'm going to talk about understanding these principles. The light energies are usually represented with noble values such as love, peace, joy, harmony, compassion, entirely ignoring the darker elements within us such as anger, vengeance, control, fear, shame, competitiveness, jealousy, lust, etc. Because these darker characteristics are associated with negativity, they are avoided out of fear. Okay? But see, the darkness is the primordial energy as power of time. Okay? Darkness represented in our ancient days, literally the creator or doer of time. Okay? After time, they turned her into space, or they turned the Great Mother into space as Terra in Indian or India cosmology. Okay? The Divine Mother or the Diva was desecrated. Okay? This darkness is our creative force. Darkness is a force, family. Darkness is a force. We as humans and certain other objects in our reality are opaque. Opaque meaning beings or materials which do not allow light through us. The Oxford Dictionary definition of darkness or shadow is the absence of light. Wrong. Darkness is the light absorber. We as humans absorb the light rays. It is our dark side on the inside that absorbs the light and creates a shadow. When we see our shadow, what do we think? When you see your shadow, what do you think? Along my journey, I have learned and came to know that our shadows are who we are when we go to sleep or when we die. That is our true God self or our guide. It is the unlimited and untapped potential side of us. Okay? The darkness is what connects us all together. We all have to see the night sky dealing with the macro, and we all have to visit that darkness when we blink, sleep, or die in the micro. Okay? The darkness is what connects everything. Again, as I said, shadows and dreams adduces the fact that we are multidimensional beings. Who are you in that sleep? For some reason, whenever I dream, I know everyone in my dream. I know exactly, the place that I put myself. But your body doesn't know that. It's for some reason you're still laying in your bed, but your consciousness, your soul is somewhere else. Family, tap into your dream world. Tap into your dark side. Embrace your dark side and use it to conquer your fears. Use it to dispel of your limitations. It's a fact that when we dream, we go back to the infinite realm or our infinite possibilities. That is why we call babies infants today. Because in that darkness of the mother's womb, they are infinite. And when they are young, we shouldn't teach them any limitations or wrong or right. Let them be infants or infinite. Okay? Now, balancing your light body and shadows can be done through astral projection, lucid dreaming, meditation, or praying, as religious folks like to call it. There are no limits in our dark realm. I had the thought that I was afraid of heights once upon a time. Okay? Now, I don't know why I am afraid of heights, but in my dream world or when I commune with my shadow self, I set the stage and I go to conquer that fear in the astral world. I picture or I place myself high in the sky, flying above, with the creation, feeling lovely, feeling ebullient as I jump into the wind and conquer my fear and never put that limit of heights on myself. And this will manifest in reality when I go skydiving to conquer that fear for real. So as I conquered it in the dream world, now it is my duty, or it is my reverent or latent action. It is my latent purpose plan to pursue and conquer that fear in reality, in the real world. Even a fear of swimming in an open ocean at nighttime with no land around. I put my intent into my shadows and do my best to swim and live that life in that dream world so that I know in reality I can also conquer.
How we doing, family?
Just try what I'm telling you,
Let's
family.
keep diving
I will
deep.
not steer you
Hope
wrong.
you all are enjoying the information. Let's keep diving deep.
When we go into that darkness, that is when we can create a whole new world centered around our ideas, inspirations, fears, instincts, etc. When we die or go to sleep, our body is inert, but our soul and our consciousness is what travels. This can be used as a tool just as we talk to ourselves. It is us talking to our energy. Okay, our energy or our inner God, which is the darkness. See, everything in our body functions and sustains us in the darkness. Our internal organs are working in the darkness. We have two eyes, but when we blink, we see one darkness. When we have two eyes and we see one picture. Two lips, one sound. Two ears, one sound. Two arms, one body. Our heart is working in the darkness. So is this earth, as above, so below. If I was to plant a seed into the dark soil or the dark soul, it is that soil that absorbs the roots. It absorbs the seed and grows that tree to be a beautiful fruit tree. So we can all agree that everything we see in the light is produced from the darkness or the shadow self of things, correct? So use this to your advantage. Create an idea in your head. That's why when they say a light bulb went off in my head, that means that you had an idea, or I dare you to act and manifest this into your reality. Dealing with etymology, idea just means an I dare you to act and manifest this into your reality. One has to act on those ideas in the darkness, family. Once you see that manifestation in the darkness, that is when you can put your action or your intent so that it becomes a reality. I dare you, or I dare you, idea. The darkness is never wrong, and it is here to guide us. Remember, dealing with etymology, God means guide. Let it guide your creativity. Let it guide you to conquer your fears and rid you of your limits. We need to focus on becoming. Instead of being human beings, we should strive to be human becomings or human doings. What are we becoming in our lifetime? Are you really striving and using all your potential to create the life you love and for yourself? Professor Kaba Kawate Kamene said, one can be but not be becoming, but one cannot be becoming and not be. One can be but not be becoming, but one cannot be becoming and not be, family. That's so powerful. Those people who are not searching for their cosmic higher self and their true plan here on this planet, they just be. But the people who are striving to reach knowledge, power, and unlocking their untapped potential or their energy are the becoming. To have more, one has to become more, family. So just embrace your dark side. Balance the light body and the shadow self, and you will continue to be becoming. You can learn from both sides. See, the major key to the door of a better future for self is self. Unlock yourself. Know yourself. One of the most important places we should look for happiness, prosperity, and growth is in the mirror or in the shadow. It is the fear that kills dreams. But I'm telling you that we as a people, because I have used this along my journey, we can use the fear or the false evidence appearing real to tap into our unlimited potential. Limits and fear is what's given to us by our parents, the community, or the society, which has us as a people behaving with the utmost propriety. All there is darkness. Darkness is not a color, it is a force. Just as melanin is a key component or an element to life today, darkness is the creator of light or the creator of life. An infant sits in darkness for 9 months to grow. The primordial source is the triple black darkness, as NASA likes to call it. The light God is the conscious mind, and the subconscious mind is the black hole or the dark God. This darkness in ancient times was personified into the Great Mother because it is the nurturer of us. Nut, Lala or Lilith or Mama Kali. These are all examples of the Great Mother Goddess that our ancients depicted as that primordial source or that cosmic womb. Our light body is already natural to nature. It's the complete physicality of us. It is in the dormant space of our subconscious or our dark God. That is where we can create, envision, and live in the world to come. Okay? It is in the dormant space of our subconscious mind or the dark God in ourself where we can create, envision, and live in the world to come, family. That's powerful. Hope you all are getting this. Hope you all are listening. Again, darkness is what can be used to create any and everything. It's the nothing to something concept. Embrace this darkness of yourself, or embrace the dark side of yourself. Balance your light and shadow self. You can use darkness to conquer and dispel all fears and limits. Okay, go see the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. The devil god Azazel was depicted. It just showed how there is a light body and a dark side to everyone. When we go back to the darkness, that's when we connect back to the mother goddess. You know, this represents our natural, creative, and destructive side. Okay? We have to know that. See, evil is just lived, rearranged. The capitalists and the Zionist Jews want us to think the dark side is evil or the devil is evil so that we don't live. Okay? The darkness is a force that connects everything. It's just that everything is everything. I am that I am. Darkness should be what we are attracted to, which we are. We are attracted to that magnetic portal that our queens have. That dark womb. We see that them legs open up. We are attracted. We get horny for the diva or the devil when we see that dark portal. We have to be balanced. It's the yin and yang. Okay? It is accessing the creative energy. This is what the eclipse and all celestial alignments represent. We can't escape darkness. That is why they desecrate and create dark fear movies to control what we see in the dark. Why is it always nighttime when they show witches or the devils or the great mothers, you know, dealing with the moon energy? They're trying to desecrate what we see in the darkness. They're giving you all these different religious depictions of these different type of gods so that you don't see yourself and create your own world in your darkness. When you meditate, you tap into your melanin, which they both have the root word me in them, because you're supposed to see yourself, or I'm supposed to see me and create a world for me when I meditate. But no, they have us looking to sky daddies and different type of gods that give us no purpose. It is the cosmic womb. It is that darkness which we are attracted to. As you can see, when a woman open up her legs, that is the X or the existence. It is the yoni fish that the Christians give you. It is that portal, the cosmic womb. Use the darkness to conquer your fears. They label this shit as a cult, or they turn it into spookism. Darkness is the reminder of what was here first. Okay? It is what it is before the light. It is the feminine principle or the cosmic womb. When you think of a room, okay? When you think of a room, the room is already dark. The room is already what it is. But we have to get to that light switch to cut on the lights in a room, to give life to the room, correct? But when you walk in a dark room, you can't see anything in it. So it's infinite. It's the infinite potential of that room. You can put anything in a dark room, and once you turn on that light, you will see the couch, the bed. You know what I mean? It's the infinite black or the dark that you see first before you cut on the light. So before we see the sun, we see the darkness or the mother. Okay? When we say a light bulb went off in our head, that is the idea again. Okay? So, as you just seen, like I said, it is the cosmic mother. As you can see on the screen, this is Lilith. You see they depicted her with horns because they know that the diva is what's supposed to get us horny. She has the X and Y chromosome or the infinite potential. Okay? Her kids or eggs exist in darkness, waiting for the masculine or the acting agent or the light to the dark to come in and give life. Okay? Our bodies function in the darkness to create what we see in physicality. Okay? That's why they give you Dark Vader and shit like that, because they want you to ignore the dark side. Melanin is tapping into our cosmic womb. We have to go within to produce great without. That's why sperm is shaped like a light bulb or a snake, and the womb is the primordial egg. It is it is the cosmic womb. It is the house or the basket that the light bulb sits in. Okay? Light shines linear. It is the masculine. We all know that light shines or rays go straight until it hits its object. Okay? The oppressor has us worshiping the creation without worshiping what presides over the creation, which is the creator. The womb absorbs the light agent or the sperm. We all have to go to the same darkness when we blink, sleep, die, or become born, okay? I just want everyone to know that, family. So just study the darkness. Start doing your research on the darkness, family. Start researching yourself, unlocking yourself. Talk to your shadow. Talk to your inner God. And show yourself that you are not afraid of that dark side, okay? Embrace the dark side and balance your light body and your shadow self, family. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have gained something from this information, family. I took my time on this lecture. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Drop comments. Please subscribe. Man, I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you all for the support. This is Creative Knowledge TV. I'm your brother Jalahi. Thanks for tuning in. Much peace, much love.